Hey guys, what's up? Thanks so much for stopping by. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm so happy to have you. In today's video, I thought I would just sit down and do a full face of KBEAUTY. A few months, no, not months, maybe like weeks ago, I did a KBEAUTY haul. I get the majority of my Korean makeup either from YesStyle, Aditom stores, like in-store if you have an H Mart that has one built in, Stylevanna, and then there's one other one. I know anytime I ever upload any sort of YesStyle haul, I get a bulk of comments that are like, why do you order from there? There's so much more. But the more that you order from YesStyle, the more points that you accumulate. I'm sure it's the same for other sites, but YesStyle is just the site that I've ordered from the longest. So just the level that I've reached and the points that I've accumulated, I get a bigger discount there. That's why I tend to order from there. This video isn't sponsored by any of those sites. Definitely just do your research, see where you can get the best deal and order from those sites. So I thought I would just go ahead and kind of talk about these products and then insert demos as I'm applying them. That way you guys can just learn more about them. I know a lot of you guys are interested in Korean beauty. Sometimes you just don't know where to start. I have several different hauls and full face videos, so I will be sure to link those down below as well. Starting off with lip prep. If you are just looking for a super easy lip balm that is extra glossy, I cannot recommend these enough. It's from the brand 3CE. This is one of their Plumping Lips. These lip balms I absolutely love. I don't even know if you can necessarily call them a lip balm or just a super melty lip gloss. As soon as these touch your lips, they just melt down into this amazing plumping, juicy, high shine gloss. The only thing to note though is whenever you get these, however much you wind it up, that's how much it's going to stay up. You can't retract it back down, so just know that. But the second that that formula touches your lips, it just glides on like butter. What did I apply after that? Oh, I think I went in with this Macqueen Air Fit Cover Concealer, the big. So there's actually this one, and then whenever I first got these, because I received these in PR a while ago, I thought it was a foundation and concealer, but I guess they're both actually concealers. So there's the slim and then the big. If you're wanting to go in and do target spot concealing, you go in with this guy. But then if you have a larger area like your under eyes, or if you're just wanting to go in and use it as a highlight just to brighten areas, this has a larger doe foot, kind of similar to the Too Faced Born This Way Sculpting Concealer by like packaging, not formula. These are not high coverage concealers. Like you can build them up, but I actually tend to use these more just for like right under my nose or on my eyelids whenever I'm wanting to go in and use it like I did today, just to create an even base. It's not really my favorite to use all over my face or on my under eyes. The way that it sets down just kind of looks crepey sometimes. I just have so many other concealers that I love that I just kind of reserve these products for those areas. After that, we moved on to eyes. So today I use two different, well, I guess a mini palette and then a quad on my eyes. Starting off with this one here, I just love the packaging of this. It's simple, but I just think the colors are very cute. So I had hauled this in my last YesStyle video. I know one of y'all told me how to pronounce this and now I cannot remember. I should have pulled it up, but I did end up watching several different like Korean beauty bloggers later on YouTube that night, and I heard one say BBIA and then another one to say Bia. So I'm not quite sure, but honestly, whenever I see this, all I can think of is Bia, like a hoe, like a hoe. Like your mom. Just kidding. Okay, so this does come in two different variations. I have mine in Trotstar. That's such a weird name. You know, originally I was going to say mauve palettes, but the more that I look at this, I guess you really only have two mauves. The rest are kind of neutrals, and then you have this copper shade here. But then the other palette, I guess number 2, that one was definitely true neutrals. Now I know in the palette the mattes kind of look really dull, soft, and boring, but they actually perform great on the eyes. The pigmentation is definitely there. They blend great. I know whenever it comes to Korean beauty eyeshadows, a lot of the powder shadows tend to be softer and more subtle just because that is a trend. But let me tell you what, they kill it on their liquid shadows, their glitters. They're just always amazing. The glitters in here are absolutely beautiful, but as you will see throughout the demo, this is a glitter that you do want to go in with a glitter glue with. I just kind of went in, wasn't sure what to expect, and next time I definitely will use glitter because I did have to go in with a makeup wipe just to remove any sort of fallout. But these two shades here are more just like pressed metallics, and then these two here are kind of your glitter toppers. They don't have that traditional greasy like Vaseline type of base that some glitter shadows do. These feel much more like the, I guess like the ColourPop pressed glitters. Look at this one, isn't it stunning? There's just a mix, lavender, silver, and coppers and pinks. That one's really pretty. This glitter here does feel a little bit drier though in comparison, but that one is equally as pretty. It's just a little bit more subtle as far as glitters go. Now moving on to some base products. For my primer today, I went in with the KLAVUU White PEARLSATION Ideal Actress Backstage Cream 2 Lavender. So I actually received this product as PR. It came in a trio. There was a mint shade, this one, and then your classic kind of white ivory pearl color. I have used one of their cleansers before, I think from the same line, PEARLSATION. If you are looking for a high lather, rich cream cleanser, their cleanser is so good. The only reason I haven't repurchased it is because I love my Senka cleanser and it's just way more affordable. But as you can see, this kind of gives the same effect that the VDL Lumi Layer Primer does. It just adds a ton of this amazing pearlescent glow to your skin. I still prefer the VDL one. Something about that formula is just way more moisturizing on the skin, and I just like the overall texture more. There was nothing wrong with this, but I have just been ride or die for my VDL for years now, to where it's hard to have anything replace that, but this still was a really nice primer. Now moving on to foundation, I really wanted to love this. I've been giving it a try for the last couple of days. Right before I started testing out the Revlon, their new Color Stay Light Cover Foundation, which if you are curious about, I'll go ahead and link the review and demo that I did of, ow, I just bit my tongue, that I did of that foundation right up here. But before that, I had been putting this one to the test. I wanted to love it, and I kind of feel the same way about this as I do the Revlon Light Cover Foundation. It's not bad, but it's just not my favorite. Especially for the price, I just expected so much more. The name sounded really nice. Ultra Fit Serum Foundation, SPF 50+, PA++++. The packaging is adorable. The color is cute. It's not bad, but I was just looking for something a little bit more. While it is really glowy, I don't mind something that's sheer coverage, but for the amount that I have to use to get a true light cover, I just feel like I would go through this foundation so quickly, and for the price, there's just other foundations that I would rather use to get the same effect. The glow that this foundation gives though is beautiful, but if you are looking for something long wearing, this one just isn't it. I have other, for instance, this Moonshot, what are you called? Micro Correct Fit Cushion. I love this one. Not only is this cushion glowy, but it's just much more long wearing than this Jennyhouse one. Plus, I'm pretty sure the Moonshot one is more affordable. So if I'm going for something that's just an ideal everyday coverage, lightweight, it has a ton of glow, I would just reach for this over this one. It's not a bad product, but for the price, I just don't really think it's worth it. And then for concealer, I went in with the Missha Glow, I think it's Ampoule something, right? Yeah, Glow Ampoule Concealer. This concealer is nice, especially if you don't have much to cover on the under eyes. I think I'm just so used to the Too Faced Born This Way concealer that covers everything with just one layer. This is still great for everyday use. I love the applicator on this. I wish all concealers came like this. It has this flat, like a true doe-foot, where you could just stamp right there on the inner corners and it doesn't get all over the place. It is really nice. It does feel hydrating on the under eyes, but I thought it would have a little bit more of a glowy finish. I don't find it to be really glowy at all. It's not that it's light coverage, but since it didn't really have that glow factor that I was expecting, I just expected more coverage. I would just say it's an average coverage concealer. If you're someone who finds Tarte Shape Tape, Too Faced Born This Way, a multi-use correcting concealer to be too high coverage, this is a product that you would like, but the applicator is just so good. Okay, next up we went in with bronzer. This is from BBIA. It's their V shading bronzer. I got mine in the shade 2 Cacao Brown. It is a very, very natural bronzer. You're not gonna get much color payoff from it unless you really go in and build it up. I went in with probably 2 to 3 layers, and as you can see, it still is really, really soft. So if you're someone who's incredibly heavy-handed, or you just feel like you always end up with like crazy muddy cheeks, first of all, wash your brush. That's probably your first problem. Second of all, maybe you're just really heavy-handed and you just haven't found a very natural bronzer. I would definitely recommend this for someone with more of fair to very light skin tone. If you're any darker than me, this isn't gonna show up on you. And then for blush, this isn't a new product, but I didn't really have any other new oh no, I should have used my 3CE one. Dang it. But I just can't get away from this. If you've been with me for a while, then you know I absolutely adore this. This is from the brand Holika. It's their new drop Lumi Cheek. I have mine in the shade Caramel Luster. I think this was actually off of the YesStyle site for a while. I couldn't find it anywhere online, and I was sad because I recommend this all the time. This is so beautiful. If you still like to have dewiness on your skin, but you're someone who has to set your foundation, but you love the look of dewy cheeks, you have to try this. This stays looking wet and glowy on your face, but it's not so sticky to the point where your hair sticks to it when you move, or you just feel like gross and tacky. It is absolutely stunning. I just go in with my finger, tap it onto my cheeks, and blend it out. Unfortunately, I think this is going to be a product that I end up decluttering, not because it's bad, but just because of shade preferences. So in here you have 3 highlighters on the top, a blush or 2 blushes, and then this bronzer. I thought there was going to be way more bronzers in here, and I was excited just because I don't have too many bronzers or contouring powders from Korean beauty brands, and this was called the Face Contour Lookbook. So there's 1 bronzer, 2 blushes, and then 3 highlighters on the top. This orange blush here is actually so pretty and cute. I'm not crazy about the pink. The bronzer is incredibly soft, and then the 3 highlighter shades are just not really my vibe. So you have this pinky lavender shade, this color here, which is another almost silver pink, and then just your classic polar white ice type of highlighters. And I just typically don't wear these type of highlighters. I'm sure I have somebody else in my life who would get much more use out of this. It's not even that the formula is bad, because the powders are actually incredibly creamy and they just glide right onto the skin. They're pigmented, but it's just a shade preference type of thing. Okay, and then finally for my lips, I went in with the Mimi Box Mystery. I think these are called lip tints. It's all in Korean. I know I have mine in the shade Fig. There's 5 different colors. These are so beautiful. If you've ever had one of the screw popsicles, it's apple and strawberry mixed. If you have an H Mart or any sort of Asian grocery store near you and you haven't tried one of these popsicles before, do yourself a favor and get one and thank me later. It is so delicious. The scent of this reminds me a lot of that. Not only are these super glossy on the lip formula, it's one of those that just instantly blurs out any lines that you have on your lips. It feels so glossy without being sticky, but then the actual tint or stain that it leaves behind is so vibrant. In fact, I think I did go in and wipe it off just so you guys could see the amount of color that it leaves behind. All right, and there you have it. There is my full face of K-Beauty with just quick mini update reviews. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Let me know if you would like to see more of these. Like I said, if you are interested in checking out some other Korean beauty products or brands, I will link a quick little playlist down below for you. Well, not quick, but a playlist down below for you. There you have it. That is it. Hope you guys all have a great day. If you haven't already, I would love if you subscribed, or you can always go join me over on Instagram, or do both. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, thanks for hanging out, and I will see you next time. Bye.